All right, welcome to Exalted Third Edition, Tomb of Dreams. We've got 4 players gathered today. I'm the storyteller, Ryan Lyle, guiding them through this adventure. I think we're going to introduce ourselves, maybe say who we're playing, and a little bit about us, maybe. Maybe you're, if you want to get your social media out there, it'd be a great start. Start with Warren.
Hi, I'm Warren. I'm going to be playing Volfer, and very excited for this. If you need to find me or want to find me, you can see me over on @_rolling nomads.
Okay, Chaz.
So hi, so I am Chaz, and I'll be playing Corral Fire Orchid, the fiery defender of the week. Yeah. I don't actually have a central social media. I've been on Rolling Nomads a couple of times. I'm on Onyx Path, so if you want to find me, I am somewhere in between those two.
All right, I believe Haley, you're next.
Hi everyone, I'm Haley, also known as Beyblade666 on the internet. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok, and also Vancouver by Night's channel, Changeling the Dreaming, and a few games here and there on the Onyx Path channel. I'm playing Faka Khan today. She's a feisty rogue. She's gonna get that money.
And last but not least, we've got Edwin.
Hi, Edwin Wessels. You can find me on Twitter, gaming_pilgrim, and I'll be playing the Eclipse cast Mirror Flag.
And as I said, I'm Ryan Lyle. I'm the storyteller. I don't really have a internet presence, so maybe after this I will. We'll see what happens. All right, so we begin with the Exalted, a game about mythic heroes. It takes inspiration from Greek, Middle Eastern, Indian, and Asian myths, as well as pulp fantasy such as Robert E. Howard's Conan, Michael Moorcock's Elric, and gets a lot of its look and feel from wuxia, anime, and manga, which you can see through a guiding art principle throughout many of the books. This is the 3rd edition, and let's go ahead and get started. So you all find yourselves waking up slowly as if from a dream. You hear water crashing beneath you, but it feels like only moments ago that you had walked into a cave in a forest, but now you find yourself upon a coral reef surrounded by dark ocean with white-tipped waves, with a small rocky path leading from the coral reef to an island with an active volcano raining smoke, billowing smoke into the sky, and lava flows slowly cascading down its sides. Now is your chance to either introduce yourselves or begin to socialize.
Mirror Flag basically looks like they're always wearing armor. It's a golden black armor, cape and cowl covering her form. She's wearing also a golden mask at this very moment, and on her side you can see several weapons dangling.
Corral also always has that armor, very polished. Her weapons are polished. She always has this like stoic look about herself, and then she's just gonna get up and say, "The hell? No, this is wrong. This is not what is supposed to be happening. This is not. Did we come here on purpose? Did I miss something fun?"
Faka Khan will slowly get awake and notice the rest of you guys and kind of sulk into the background. She's wearing like a lightweight kind of dress and cowl with gold accessories. Her skin is pure white with like a panda looking face. And she's bald.
As Volfer wakes up, he has one arm that's completely covered in armor. It's bronze in color. Apparently, he doesn't wear a shirt. And then his armored trousers. And he's gonna probably approach each of you individually. Did you do this to me? Where the hell are we? Just questioning you guys while taking in the surroundings.
If I'm being honest, I can't say no because I don't remember. But I also don't remember coming in here. So someone did this to me as well.
If you question Faka Khan, she's gonna pull a knife on you and be like, "Get the hell away from me. Back up."
And since Faka moved away from the group, probably closer to the edge of the coral, you can see looking down. The ocean is only about 10 feet down, but you can see creatures with of that you haven't ever seen before near an ocean coast. There's teeth. They've got large teeth, jagged teeth. They've got little glowing lights coming off the tip of their heads. Various kind of very deep dwelling creatures that normally wouldn't be in this area. You can also see crimson and violet weeds. And of course, as you notice, you can see that there's a storm growing around the island. On the rocky portion of the path, smoke and bits of embers of fire begin to gather and coalesce into a large wolf-like figure that stands there staring at you as you all kind of gather your wits and attempt to figure out where you're at and what's going on.
We all see that creature just forming.
Yes,
Okay.
it takes it several moments to gather form. At first, it just appears like a wisp of smoke before it gathers into something more wolf-like with ember eyes.
Mirror Flag will slowly turn and regard it for a moment, and then just takes a few uncertain steps towards it, kind of also keeping his eye on what the others are doing before fully approaching it. Arms at the ready, one hand close to the daggers in case they need to react.
Anyone else? We're just going to watch Mirror Flag approach it.
I'm gonna observe what happens to him.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Weapons at the ready. Same.
It looks like he can take a hit.
So it kind of draws away from Mirror Flies as they approach. Its teeth bare and it growls at you. It says, "Turn back. This place is not for you."
Yet here we are. Where do you want us to go?
Leave.
Are you the one that brought us here?
At that, it kind of begins to dissipate and flows apart. You see whatever was holding it together, the smoke disappears as well as the ember eyes.
Mirror Flag will just slowly turn around and look at the others. Apparently, we don't belong here and we need to leave, but I don't think that thing being, creature, whatever was what is what brought us here. From what I can see, none of us know why we are here at this moment or who brought us here. I mean, do we see something in regards of a city or a in the distance?
No, currently all you see is a shoreline with a jungle attached to it. There's a volcano rising toward the east side of the island, and then cliffs kind of rise up on the west side. And then, of course, everything, including where you're at, is surrounded by this ocean.
So the only obvious way is kind of towards the forest, so to speak, or the volcano.
Right.
Which way do we want to go? Do we want to go towards the forest, or do we want to go towards the volcano?
Forest means food. Food means maybe people.
True.
I was gonna suggest volcano, but for a much dumber reason. Let's do forest.
Forest towards the cliff.
Okay.
That way we can get a vantage point.
And Mirror Flag will just fall back and let the others take the lead towards the forest.
I'll
Just
take
keeping
the
an eye.
lead.
All right. All right. So Volfer sets out, walking across the rocky path, and those that want can follow. You arrive on the beach. Not much has changed. I don't know if how much you've been able to look over Mirror Flag's charms.
Yeah.
But they do have a reflexive charm that you can activate for a scene called Spirit Detecting Glance.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do that.
Yeah. He'll trigger that one. He'll spend his 3 modes and then trigger it.
All right. As you get onto the shoreline, the jungle kind of spreads out across the entire area here. And from a dark area just inside the trees, you see a kind of a hazed out bluish face staring at you from the tree line. Obviously not corporeal. It's obviously some form of spirit.
He'll basically turns his body towards it. I mean, because I'm not sure if he can talk to them then. Yeah. I'll actually trigger uncanny perception technique as well. And kind of see if there's anything else noticeable as well.
No, not at the moment. All you see right now is a single spirit standing there that it seems to be watching you from the tree line.
He'll ask that. Do you guys see that at the tree line? The creature.
We see it, right?
No, you're not able to see it because it's kind of it's dematerialized. Since Mirror Flag pointed it out, Corral does have an ability to force a spirit into being.
I do. Is animal power. So 7 modes can order an immaterial spirit to manifest. Yeah. We're gonna use our authority to be like, spirit, this is not the time to hide. Bring it out.
So it begins to coalesce as water kind of forms up around it, and you see a human looking female, very blue skin, hair like a waterfall pouring off of it, and deep onyx eyes, and she kind of gives a startled, "Oh!" She comes forward and she says, "Princes of the Earth, what is your purpose here?"
We were hoping you could tell us that. We had a purpose yesterday, and now we have no clue what's going on.
This is a prison.
Prison?
Fantastic.
Yes, for a demon that was anchored here ages ago by those like you.
So we would put on prison duty, which they told us.
You did not intend to come here, then you can use your power to leave, then correct?
No. I mean, we just woke up here without knowing how we got here.
She looks, confused and then you can join me in wardenship, or there is a way to leave. But it is dangerous. And would require freeing the demon.
Well, whatever we need to do, you'll show us the way.
Out of curiosity, can you also tell us about the wolf form or the wolf creature that I just saw? And Mirror Flag will describe it, including the warnings, and gauge the reaction of the spirit.
She nods, understanding. She says, "That's a facet of the demon. It is bound against itself. It's to prevent anyone from freeing it. To free it would set it loose upon the world. If I'm to help you, I would have to have your promise to destroy the demon."
And what do we get in return? The ability to go home, that's it?
Of course, but the only way to free the demon is to gather the treasures that hold it in place. They were imbued in certain locations upon the island to maintain the wall of unreality, the dream state. I'm certain that you could take those with you if you so chose.
Excellent. I shall be doing that.
Is there a way that I can read if we're being misguided, so to speak? Or-
Yes, that would be a read intentions. It's a perception plus socialize. So you'd look on your character sheet, and the number of dots you've got in perception plus the number of dots you've got in socialize is the number of D10s you roll.
Yeah.
Rolling a 7 or higher gives you a single success. If you roll a 10, it gives you 2 successes. Difficulties are usually between 1 and 5, but because you're trying to read her, it's based off of her guile.
Yep.
And so you will want to roll and try to beat.
Do once remove successes or?
No, it's you only count the 7s and higher.
In that
And-
case, 7 successes.
Oh, yeah, more than enough. You can tell that she's being honest, though throughout this, whenever she mentions that she's the warden, that doesn't read as completely truthful. But everything else, she's been honest about.
He'll Mirror Flag will actually activate Humble Servant Approach And he'll start to poke a bit more about the warden, what they are kind of holding back from the group. And you will like, what can you tell me about your duties and the demon that is here as well?
Truth told, I was once a river god, but I found my way here and took it upon myself to ensure that the demon is not unleashed upon the world. I needed something to give me purpose since I had lost mine. The demon itself is a demon of dreams, though it has been ages since its kind were defeated, so I do not know everything that it is capable of, just how it is, how it interacts with the environment here.
But you ask us now to basically set it free so that we may escape.
I wish you to defeat it if you unleash it. If you're unwilling to do so, then I will not help you.
Certainly not going to stay stuck here.
But are we confident enough that we can take on a demon?
I mean, I feel
It's
like
do or die, I say. I'm in.
I think it's our duty to defeat this threat to the world.
Then let it be decided. And let us take this upon us to defeat this being. Do we all agree?
I'm
And
in.
at that point, Miraflag will spend 10 motes and 1 willpower to sanctify the oath. And his anima will flare up for a brief moment at that as well.
So everyone knows that this is a promise that has been made, sanctified, and must be done as well as they possibly can. There's no backsies on this. So she actually looks, she goes from cautious and wary to, she's got a little bit of a smile on her face now. She seems pleased that you're willing to go this far for this.
Wow. Where's the trust?
Right?
Hey, they're bound to it as well, so.
Where is the first treasure?
The first is in the trench in the depths of the ocean, in a temple.
Goodness. They don't make it easy, do they?
There a specific way that we have to grab them, or can we just go after whichever is closest?
There's no particular method required, specific, but the treasure is not as difficult as it sounds to reach. The ocean that surrounds us is not entirely real. It's a dream of an ocean. You should be able to breathe there with no problems.
So we could have just swam away.
You will not be able to swim. You will sink slowly to the depths. And I do not know if it would actually take you anywhere if you walked away. You may find yourself coming back toward the island eventually.
Or the shot.
Yeah.
Okay, you're coming with us.
Of course. All right. So she begins to lead you east toward the coast there. What there is of it that's not taken up by the volcano. As you reach it, it appears the same as when you were out on the reef. Waves kind of rushing in across the shore, wetting the sand there. And as you touch the water, it kind of stings a little bit, but you can tell that it's not entirely there either. It doesn't provide as much resistance as real water would offer.
Stick my face in and try to breathe.
Yeah, you have no issue. It's just like air. Though your face kind of moves through what feels like wind more than water.
That's really weird, guys. We really can't breathe in the water.
Interesting. In that case, shall we move on? And word of caution to all of you, let's, if we meet anything or anyone, let's not be too hasty to
Smash his face in.
yeah, resort to violence. Let's just say that I might be able to barter us away without resorting to violence. We'll have immunity, so to speak.
I don't want this to take too long. If anyone stands in my way, they're dead. And she'll go under.
So you walk into the ocean, and after a short distance, you find yourself at a underwater cliff that goes straight down. And Suma, that's what she gives her name as eventually once she trusts you, indicates that you can either climb down it or jump if you feel like it. But she begins to climb down the cliff face. And those that follow her, the descent isn't difficult. You're kind of buoyed by the water that exists. Kind of gives you a little bit of flotation there. But it feels like it takes several hours to climb down this cliff. And it all feels very unreal as you do so. Almost like you're in a dream. Eventually, you land next to what looks like a greened bronze temple. So, like it's got a patina of green. Obviously, it was once a bronze edifice. It's surrounded by thermal vents that are billowing up water bubbles and smoke. And they've got a green, not a green, a orange, fiery light that emanates from them as well. And they're all over the place and kind of surround the temple, along with these large pillars of rock that kind of come up at various places and run along the outside of the temple. It's very dark down here. It's hard to see much of anything beyond a few feet as you walk through it. And it takes another 20 to 30 minutes at least in order to arrive at the temple entrance, where Suma stops. She says, "What you seek is inside."
How do we know what it is that we seek?
There are weapons that your kind once wielded in battle. I do not think you can miss them. There are 6 or 7 inside, all standing upon, all laying upon a podium.
Okay.
And I go.
So in the temple, you see, Volfer, you see several towering statues that have been defaced over time, standing in various triumphant positions. And at the center, on a large block of stone, are several items.
Anybody else feel like this is too easy?
Yeah, this. She made it seem like we're gonna have to barter or tackle somebody, and
Can I use my stealing abilities here and just try and take them without?
Yeah, you can use dexterity and give me a moment. Why can't my brain? For some reason, I can't think of the thieving one. Larceny. There we go.
Larceny,
Larceny. So dex and larceny.
Okay.
One other thing, depending on if you want to, that I haven't explained yet, you can add dice to your roll. This is known as an excellency, and the number of dice you can roll, additional dice you can add, is equal to your dexterity plus your larceny in this case. So it'll be your attribute plus your ability, that number of dice you can add. It's one mote per one die. And usually you want to spend your personal essence before you spend your peripheral. And the reason that is because your peripheral, whenever you spend it, every 5 motes you spend in a single action causes a brilliant anima to kind of flow up around you, making it obvious that you're exalted, which might not matter so much here as it would in civilization.
So I could have up to 16 dice for this.
Yes.
Okay,
wanted
let's
to.
do it. One fell swoop. I got. So what's the dice thing? What's the?
I'm sorry.
Oh, you have to add them all up?
So no, you don't add them all up. So you just roll the 16 dice in this case, and you look for anything that rolls a 7 or higher.
Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3.
And if you roll any 10s, that counts as 2.
11.
All right. So on this this altar of stone, there are 6 fairly large weapons. You see a chakram, which is a kind of like the thing that circular item that you can throw. It's a ring of orichalcum, which is a golden material with white jade. You see a boomerang with white and red inlaid jade inlaid in some moon silver, and you see 3 very large swords. You're able to pick up the chakram and the boomerang without an issue, but the other 3 items are so heavy that they don't really move without investing some form of essence into them. They're kind of like the large swords that Cloud from Final Fantasy VII wields. So they're extremely heavy, but you're able to make off with those 2 no issue whatsoever.
Were you
The
doing
other
that
two.
with? Sorry.
I assume that Faka was the one that ran up first to grab those. So everybody else has been left in the dirt. So to speak.
We might need some manpower to move those boulders.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask, was if you were trying to do it without us seeing you do it, or if you were trying to do it without setting off traps.
Setting off traps, yeah. Like,
Okay.
just gonna shrink by.
Does any of the stuff like call to me specifically? 'Cause
Uh,
you said they were from our ancestors.
No, none of them specifically do, but they all look impressively powerful. They're all very large. One of them is 5 feet long and 6 inches wide. Another one is kind of a very brutish 4 foot, but a foot wide sword. And then the third one is 5 feet by 1 inch. So it's very thin, but it's still extremely heavy and difficult to wield.
I think I'm gonna go for the brutish sword.
I think Mirror Flag will go for the last one, the very thin rapier-like weapon.
Guess that leaves me with the cloud sword.
So I will provide you the stats to these. So in order to actually use any of these weapons, including the chakram and the boomerang, requires an investment known as an attunement. For the one that I just posted in there, known as Killing Tide, the Diclave, which it whispers to you if you invest in it, cost 5 motes to attune to. And that's a permanent investment until you decide otherwise, if you choose to do so. Normally you would take that probably from your peripheral, just because then you've got more personal motes to use for using charms without engaging your anima banner. So that first one is for Orchid. Give me just a moment. This one's for Volfer. And this one, as you touch it, is known as Dead Wind. And then the one that Mirror Flag picks up, Kali Nakanaki, is it has the exact same stats as the one for Fire Orchid, other than it's a long blade. And then finally, Faka, who got away with 2 of them.
More for me.
The chakrams are known as Empty Sun, and the boomerang is known as Sonatus, the Sky Cutter. I can put those. Now, these are a little bit weird. I forgot to add in. That first one is all for the Empty Sun, from Faka-kun down to the +5 to close. And finally, this. Apparently I didn't copy it. Give me just a moment. All right. So you can add those to your sheets or write them down somewhere if you choose to use them and attune to them. And during this time, it's taken a few hours, so everyone other than Faka at this point should be at full essence, since she just used 8 points of essence for the thievery.
Mirror Flag is definitely going to attune to this.
Same.
As will I.
So it takes a few minutes to do so, but from what you can tell, no traps have been set off, and nothing seems to coming out of the depths of this ocean to attack you here in the temple.
I'll attune to the one that has a triple distance attack. That sounds useful.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
We attune and then we're all possessed, and that's the end of the game.
New characters.
Well,
Took over.
So Suma never came into the temple. She just waits outside on the steps for you to return.
Is this it? Are we done here?
Did we defeat the demon already?
don't think so. I have a few-
I'll exit the temple and say, so why didn't you come in then? To the
It is
lady.
not my place to touch the weapons of the champions of the gods. But now that you're outside, you can make a perception and awareness roll.
Okay.
Anyone that joins her outside can do so as well. At a difficulty 3.
I'm pretty good at that.
I'll spend 6 months of essence.
At 2.
I got
I got
2
a-
as well.
Got a 4.
6.
So while Volfer and Faka are very all their attention is on Suma as she asks her question. Kroll and Miraflag notice that the number of the amount of fire that's kind of out there in the out there in the maze of stone and geysers has increased, as well as the ocean around them has darkened considerably, almost like something is hovering above you.
So after the goddess says that it's not her place, I'm gonna chime in with, "You're a god. Does it really matter where your place is? You just do what you want."
I am a minor god, and no longer a god at that, but a self-chosen warden.
Miraflag will actually kind of look upstairs, see if he can, not upstairs, upwards, to see if he can figure out what's kind of darkening the area.
What you see is an enormous cephalopod with tentacles reaching out around, with each of its tentacles tipped with what looks like magma. A large gaping mouth opens. It's probably about the size of an extremely large hill. It's enormous.
So we didn't know it's a lava kraken, just like show up.
No.
Yes.
It's
We
kind of like many things. It is it manifests itself, so it's not entirely there. So we'll need a joint battle roll.
Hold up, hold up.
Yep.
Okay.
We're still diplomatic immunity.
Okay.
We still
Oh
have the
my
diplomatic
goodness.
immunity. So Miraflag will actually step up front for the group. He'll actually, before he does that, he'll quickly turn to the rest. Get ready. Stay the weapons for now. For now, we are still free to go as we speak. So it's like, he'll actually step forward. He'll look at the creature and says, "I'm Miraflag, and you are."
It just screeches at you. It
Yeah.
doesn't appear to have the ability to speak. You can make your perception and awareness again.
Let's see, there's
Aka Khan will just kind of face palm and be like, we're talking to a destructive octopus at this point.
I'm still right next to Faka as she does that, and I'm just
Yes.
gonna lean over. I ain't talking to anything.
3 successes.
You can tell that this thing, whatever it is not intelligent. It is definitely an emanation, a spirit of some kind, but it's not able to be spoken with and understand anything.
Seeing as we've got the immunity for the time being, he'll actually turns around to the minor god and basically say, which way do we need to get back to the land? Is it the same way we came, or?
Yes, the exact same way.
Don't you think we should deal with this thing first?
Why deal with something and spend our personal powers if we still need to take on a demon and cause ourselves to be weakened for that fight? If we can just walk away. Violence is not always the answer.
I don't think it's gonna just let us walk.
It
No,
will.
it's
Is it-
obviously here to kill us and stop us.
Yep,
Is it
and
moving closer to us or anything?
Its tentacles are wrapping around the maze and in and out of it. It's not its main body is not coming closer, but its tentacles are kind of wrapping around the place.
I mean, if it wanted to attack us, it would have done so already. We're still protected and under diplomatic immunity from the unconquered sun. So we should be fine.
She'll look to the rest of the group like she's crazy, like
I'm gonna keep my cloud sword at the
the
ready.
impending doom above us.
Yeah,
Sure, we're okay. And then she'll just go up.
unfortunately, the immunity only goes so far since this thing is meant to keep the place safe. So, or keep it in prison, as well as many other things. You don't have to attack it. You can make a run for it. But the tentacles themselves will attempt to stop you, whether that's just block your path or what have
Attack
you.
of opportunities or something.
Yeah, there's no attack of opportunities, but it will try to keep you from leaving the place.
I want to step forward, making it look like I'm trying to leave. And as soon as one of those tentacles come, I want to try to cut it off.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so that'll be the joined battle roll, which is your which at the bottom of your sheet, just above the health levels, you should see a joint battle number, and that's the number of dice you roll. You can also add a number of dice equal to that number by spending motes if you want to increase the amount of initiative you get.
And says 10. So I roll 10 dice.
Right, you roll 10 dice and you count the successes to know what your initiative number is. And then you'll add 3 to the number of successes rolled.
Seven.
Two.
Are you adding the so that would be a 5 if you add the 3? Did Chaz, did you add 3 to the set to your successes?
10.
Oh, 10. Okay. And Volfer?
8.
How about Faka? Did you add 3 to
Yeah.
the number of rolled? Okay.
Together it's 7 successes.
14. I spent 5 motes.
You
Okay.
are right.
All right. So it has an initiative of 9. So Volfer, you're up first. One thing you can do in Exalted is you can describe your action to gain additional dice. A single point stunt gives you 2 dice. A 2-point stunt gives you 3 dice, as well as some points back. And really, with a stunt, so like with a 1-point stunt, you describe something more than I attack it with my sword. A 2-point stunt, you use some of the scenery, and a 3-point stunt is something that makes everyone kind of go, "Wow, that's awesome!" And each one gives you a different amount of motes and whatnot back.
Yeah, just following the same thought as before, walking forward, and as soon as the tentacle tries to stop me, because the sword, I'm just holding it, I'm just gonna bring it down on the tentacle. No,
All right.
not really expecting stunt privileges here.
All right.
I don't remember how the attack process works though.
So that'll be your dexterity plus your skill. In this case, for Volfer, it would be melee. And down in the bottom right, you can kind of see there, it's got an accuracy. Well, you would write the accuracy of the sword that Volfer picked up. Actually, so your roll is an 11 for a withering attack. There are two kinds of attacks. There's a withering and a decisive. Withering, if you successfully attack, increases your initiative and decreases their initiative. A decisive attack directly attacks the opponent's health. Typically, you want your initiative to be very high to do the damage to the opponent's health, because the amount of damage done is based off of your initiative. So currently, Volfer's initiative is 14. If he was to do a decisive attack and he hit, his damage would be 14 dice.
No, I'm gonna do withering. So it's
Okay.
just the 11. It's not the melee and the brawl, or the melee and
That's the total. That they've already figured in the amount of dice you've got for that.
okay, make it nice and easy. Uh, 6 successes. I don't know if that even.
Yes. Let me check. Sorry, I'm all over the place here. These things are not hard to hit. So yeah, that's a hit. It slams into it, and you will roll. You get an additional 2 dice because it beat its parry by 4. So you would roll your damage of 17 plus the 2, and however many successes you get is the amount of initiative damage you do.
Seven and up, right?
Yes. Same thing. If you roll a 10, it's doubles.
Okay, 13 total. I need more dice. This is annoying.
So it loses 13 initiative. It was at 9, but that would take it into the negative. So it's down to -4. Because it goes to 0 or less, it's what's known as initiative crash now. That means its hardness is 0, and it loses another 5 initiative. So it's actually at -9, whereas you go up to you gain 13 plus 1, so you're up to 28 initiative now for the next turn, which is a heck of a lot. Corral is next. There's another tentacle that reaches out and around. There's at least 5 of these things. 4. I'm sorry, there's 4 of them.
I got this like big ass sword. I'm gonna try to pin it to the ground or something. Just like stab it straight through.
Okay.
I'm assuming there's no need to do any more withering since it's at like -9, but I don't know if that's true.
Well, each tentacle is separate, so
yeah.
they all start at 9.
So that we will
his is at-
also do a withering attack. That would be 7. 5 successes.
All right. That does hit it by 1.
Mhm.
So you would add 1 to you picked up that one, so you would roll 11 total withering. Yeah. No, damage is 15. I'm sorry. You would roll 16.
16.
Yeah.
Nine successes.
All right. Perfect. So
Oh wait, I have this. Can I use one of my charms?
yes, you can use your charms on attacks, and if it says for damage, you can as well.
Excellent strike for 3 modes. Fire Orchid gains an automatic success on 1 melee attack, and her player can reroll any ones on the attack roll.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that would be on your attack roll. So that
Oh,
was your
okay.
damage, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So then, just 9 successes.
just remember that for the next time. Yeah. One thing I forgot to take into effect last time is that they have a soak. But I forgot it last time, so I'm not going to do it this time around. So that one is down to a 0. One of the tentacles, the one closest to Faka that comes through the thing, rises up and tries to slam down in her way and kind of knock her out of the way of the path out of here.
I dodge it. I'm very good at dodging, I hear.
Yeah. So one thing you can do is you can describe kind of how you dodge it, and that will give you a bonus to your defense as well. If you just say I dodge it, then it will just have to beat what your evasion is.
Hold on, she's got a lot. She has reflex sidestep technique. Oh, that's a lot. Never mind. Let's do read in the wind. So
Good one there.
It takes 2 initiative away from me.
So yeah, you would go down to a 5 initiative.
Raises
then-
the evasion by 1.
Okay.
No. Okay.
So you can I believe that you can spend more than just 2 initiative. So if you wanted to raise it by 2, you can spend 4. I wouldn't raise it more than that because then you would bring yourself below 0, and that would be a bad thing.
Okay, I'll raise it by 2.
Okay.
Evasion. And I just roll it now?
No, you don't roll this. It rolls against it for your evasion. It's just a flat roll, so it's got to get 7 successes or more on its attack in order to hit you.
Okay.
And it has 10 dice. And I got 5 successes, so it slams down, and you roll out of the way, and you're free to go on your turn.
Can I do like a running up a tentacle and then like do a backflip off of it?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. And you can even convert that into your attack whenever you come around if you wanted to attack it or
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
run.
attack it.
And then the one near Mirror Flag will it's going to try to wrap around Mirror Flag and prevent him. I'm not sure.
I am definitely gonna spend four initiative for Read in the Wind. And the moment he'll see that the tentacles try to wrap around him, he'll try to dodge underneath them to get out of it. Kind of Matrix bullet style evasion.
Okay, I'll give you a stunt on that. Give you a +2 to your defense.
That will put my evasion in total at 6.
2, 3, 4. So I rolled even worse on that one. We got 4 successes. So you make it look good. And that will bring it to Mirror. It's your turn.
Yeah. He'll try to do a Withering Attack for that. I don't have anything to boost it. Four successes.
That is exactly what you need. So you'll roll your damage dice for this, which is a 15.
Seven successes.
Oh, awesome. All right. So that one goes to 2 on the next one. And yours will go up to
8.
It is finally Faka's turn. That's what she does.
She's gonna use that boomerang and do like the triple attack. So
Okay.
one at base level, one higher until like the arm is chopped off.
Okay, so
One
in
at
third
just-
edition, you can do only 1 attack per round. Unfortunately, you can do 2 actions. Yeah, I believe she's got the what is it called, triple distance attack, but that just increases the range from where she can attack from.
Oh, okay. So only
now-
one attack?
Right, you get 1 attack per round. You can do 2 actions, but if you do 2 actions, that would be something like disengaging or doing something that's not an attack and not your reflexive movement. She does have precision of the striking raptor, which lets you well, you're already at close range, so you don't have to worry about that.
Then she'll toss the boomerang straight up and cut it from the limb from like
Okay. Are you doing a decisive attack on it or going for a regular withering attack? You've only got 1 in initiative, so it's probably best to do a withering attack.
Okay. Let's do it.
I know it's a bit complex.
I don't know what that is.
Withering and decisive. Withering changes initiatives, decisive kills them.
Oh, let's do this.
Every attack.
What?
Well, you've only got 1, so you'd only roll 1 damage die. So that's why you would do a withering attack for now.
Okay.
It's withering attacks are building up momentum, and decisive attacks are actually ending the fight.
Okay. So what do I roll?
You for the boomerang roll. It's a close range, so you add 5 to your thrown and dexterity.
Oh. It's 15 dice. Ooh.
You can also spend motes to increase up to the total of your dexterity plus your thrown. So that would be, you could add up to 10 dice if you wanted to.
Okay. 25 dice. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 successes.
Definitely a hit. So you'll add 5 to your damage on this. And the damage for the boomerang is, where is it? Did I not put it in there? Let me get it for you. I'm sorry. Thought I had pasted it in there. It is 5 for that. So you'd roll 10 dice total.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 damage.
9. Okay. So your initiative will be up to 10. Actually, it'll be up to 11 next go around. And it will be even more. Be a 0. All right. Finally, Corral's tentacle is able to react to the pinning strike that she made. We'll see. 2, 3. Did you want to try to spend any motes to avoid it? It's 2 motes per point of defense.
I want to
Or
spend 3 motes to do a solar counterattack.
oh, okay.
Focus charm in response to any attack she attempts to parry. This allows her to make a reflexive, defensive, decisive melee attack against the attacker, which does not count as her combat round. Counterattack occurs after the opponent rolls, but before the damage roll.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your counterattack.
Justin does the 7 with this weapon.
2,
4.
4 successes. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's enough because it's already been attacked once this round. It's down to 3. So you add 1. Well, you don't add because it's a decisive attack. You're just trying to get its defense. Now you would spend your initiative dice and damage, which for right now is 10. And it has no hardness because it's at 0, so it can't prevent that damage from.
That's another 4 in damage.
Oh, okay. So it's a big wound. It slices into it. Some of the tentacle comes apart. It's not completely down yet, but that's a significant amount of damage. All right. And then it didn't get enough successes. It only got 3 successes to strike you, so it missed.
Gotcha.
And finally, we've got Volfer's tentacle, which is dangling very low. It's got to come above 0 if it wants to have a chance here. Did Volfer want to do anything to increase his defense, or no? You're muted, by the way.
Sorry about that. I'm going to use the durability of oak meditation.
In case it hits. Okay. I got 3 successes. I don't think that's enough anyways. So it misses as well. All right. Top of the round, it is Volfer's turn. He's got a 28 for initiative.
We're going to decisive attack.
So with this, you'll see that your decisive attack is a little bit lower because it doesn't take into account the weapon's accuracy number. That's why it's just 8 instead of 11. You can add additional dice by spending motes if you want to. Yeah. All right.
So the plan is to just for style, not for multiple attacks, but just start hacking away at the tentacle.
Okay, I'll give you a 2 dice, 1 point stunt.
So I'm rolling 8 to hit, right?
10 right now. Need to start giving out more stunts. That way you guys get those additional dice going.
I will spend some motes on that.
Okay. Right now, you just have to get 3 successes because it's already been attacked once and it hasn't. Actually, no, it has gone its turn, so it is good now. So it's at 4 again. So never mind me.
I'm just gonna spend 2 motes to add 2 motes, 2 dice, right?
Yes.
Oh, I got 1.
All right, so you miss. Now, because you were above 15, there's less of a problem with that. So your initiative is decreased by a small amount. You lose 3 initiative, so it goes from 28 to 25 for missing. That will affect you next turn. Carol, you're up again. You're at 10 motes, 10 initiative. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's decisive attack this tentacle that's still like flailing about.
All right. So all you got to do is get a 4 or higher on your attack roll.
I think we will use this excellent strike thing because why not?
Are you going to describe how you're doing it, or?
Yeah, I think Corral has a fire theme going on, so I want to superheat the cloud blade, just stick it in, and just like run up the sides, Shimi style, as it like splits open.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll give you another 2 dice on that.
Righty, so then two, 2, 3, 4. Eight successes on that.
Yeah, so you got 4 additional. Well, for this, it doesn't count. So you don't get the additional successes for your damage, but you do get to roll 10 dice. And after this, your initiative will reset to a 3, because that's what happens after a decisive attack.
Gotcha. All right. Holy crap. 12.
Yes.
Oh,
So
like 5
you
times.
slice it. It flays open. There's bits of purple, reddish blood that spurts out, and then it kind of dissipates out of existence, and it is gone. And I had made a mistake on the order. Faka, it's your turn. You should have gone before Corral, but I don't think it's going to make a huge difference considering how this is going.
I'll do the final blow, guys. Don't worry. Yeah, is there any that are like almost dead?
Well, yours hasn't been damaged yet, but it is
I
still
thought
there
I did
with
9
you.
damage or whatever.
That increased your initiative, so you're up to 11 now, which you could use that to then do a decisive attack, which does health damage.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so you will roll. If you're using, what are you using? Are you using boomerang or are you using
Yeah.
chakrams? Okay, so you would roll 10 dice plus any more motes that you spend. And then you'll get additional dice if you describe how you're going about it.
Yeah, let's use 10 motes.
Okay.
20. And I'm going to kind of, yeah, keep trying to like throw the boomerang right at its like at its body, closest to its body, to like just totally amputate that tentacle.
Okay. Add 2 dice to your attack.
One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 damage.
All right. The 10 to attack. Yeah, that's a hit. And then you'll roll the 10 initiative for your, or 11 initiative for the actual damage.
Oh, okay.
So
11 dice.
you've got joint wounding attack, which would allow you to cripple the opponent. So if you do at least 3 damage to it, it will take a -3 penalty to all of its dice rolls,
Okay,
which
let's hope.
might be nice if you wanted to spend 3 motes.
I just rolled 11 dice and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8. Yeah, no need to joint wounding attack it. So it actually you chop it, and it does the same thing where it's chopped in half, and as it falls to the ocean floor, it begins to dissipate as purplish goo comes out of it, and it just disappears. Another one down.
I'll catch the boomerang and do like a sinister giggle.
And your initiative is reset to 3. Mirror, it is your turn.
I'm still going to use a Withering Attack. His posture is going to change a bit like a fence jeweler, and then just quickly start to poke at it to get it a bit distracted.
Okay, add 2 dice.
Four successes.
That's a hit. No additional dice to the damage, but you did hit it.
Three successes.
Okay. All right, so you go up to 412, and it goes down to, it crashes actually, so it's at 6, -6. It now will it kind of backs away from you before snaking out and trying to poke you in the chest as well.
I will spend 4 initiative again.
Okay.
And it's kind of, this time he'll just try to leap over it and then try to balance himself on top of the tentacle itself for his next action.
Okay. I didn't get enough, so it missed, and so your next time around, you'll be in a new position, better position. Volfer, your poor tentacle, even though you weren't able to take it out, it's still trying to get a strike on you. Comes writhing around and tries to smash you between it and one of the stone columns. Do you want to do any kind of protective? You want to add to your parry or any of that before? Nah, okay. I got 3 successes, so it's good non-expenditure. My dice hate me today, which is okay. It is top of the round. Volfer gets to go, followed by Mirror.
We're gonna try the same thing again to just hack up this tentacle. Volfer's obviously getting frustrated that everybody else, as he's looking around, is killing theirs, and he's just standing there. So we're gonna spend 3 motes on the Excellent Strike charm.
Okay.
And then 8 die. Much better. 10s don't count for 2 on decisives, right?
They do on the attack, but not on the damage.
Okay.
I forgot to bring that up earlier, but not a huge deal.
So 8 successes.
Okay, that's
Oh.
a hit.
There was a 1. 9 successes.
You definitely hit. So you'll roll your 25 dice as best you can with however many dice you've got. It's a lot of dice. If you got more than 7, you can stop.
I'm actually sitting at 4 successes out of the first 16.
Okay. Oh man.
Yeah. Seven.
Exactly what you needed then. All right. Out of 25 dice, you did it. Yeah, you pin it in place and it rises and dissipates as a screech from above of rage. And it is Mirror's turn.
Didn't I already make my withering attack?
Yes, but that improved your initiative.
Oh,
it puts you
okay.
at the top. It puts you further up at the top of the round.
Okay, so the rest now is back to their normal initiative.
Yeah, you're at 12 now.
I'll still go for a withering attack just to get it further down again.
Okay.
That way the rest can join in as well.
Mhm.
Seven successes.
Yes, definitely a hit. You'll add 3 successes to your damage, your withering damage.
Five successes.
Okay. So you go up to a 17 and it's down to a negative 11. So one option I have, if this thing gets buried enough in a negative initiative, is just to say it's out and it's over, and we're getting pretty close to that point. Corral, it's your turn.
Find the closest tentacle and just
It's the one that Mirror has been dealing with over here.
yeah.
It's the
We are going to wither that one.
okay.
10 successes.
Yes, definitely hit. It has a 3 because it's already been attacked once this round, so you get 7 additional damage dice to roll.
Oh
on
wow.
top. Yeah.
One. Three damage.
Oh man. All right. Faka, it's your turn. Crawls up to 7.
I'll be like, don't worry, the ladies are here to come and help you. And then we'll finish off the last tentacle.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack. I'll give you 2 dice for the comment. Suma, this entire time, has been hiding behind a pillar, watching you all go to work, in case anyone's tracking her.
Curious where she was.
So it's a decisive attack, right? So it's
It will be
dexterity and aim. Thrown.
dexterity and thrown, plus the 2 dice.
Okay.
So it'll be 12.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Wow. Yeah, that's a hit. Definitely. So you'll roll 3 dice. And the 10 on a decisive strike, 10s don't count as 2. They just count as 1.
Oh, okay. So only 3 dice?
Yep. Because that's what your current initiative is.
Oh.
Which with its current initiative, I'm just taking it out probably, depending on how much damage you do.
1.
Okay. That's fine.
Just kind of bitch slap it.
So instead of dissipating it, it snakes away, and you see the giant cephalopod kind of moves out of the way into the distance, screeching again, but it appears to have run off. Suma comes out from behind a pillar, and she says, I believe you when you say that you can end the threat. This is good.
Some god hiding behind a pillar.
Yeah, as long as you're safe, Sumo. She'll kind of just like roll her eyes at her, look her up and down.
And then her cheeks kind of get really dark blue, and she says, "I'm not a warrior such as those that were created by the unconquered sun."
How are you going to warden without any bite, Sumo?
I had hoped to please do not let the demon go would be enough. You will any mirror flag. You can roll a perception socialize if you wish.
Um,
Kind of just look her up and down again, like I don't believe you.
oh, actually, can I use motive discerning technique for this?
Let me see. Which one was it? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, uncanny perception technique.
No, the motive discerning technique.
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely.
So that's 3 modes. And then I roll perception and which one was it? Socialize?
Socialize, yeah.
And what it basically means with the apply double 9s to it is that basically instead of 10s, it then turns 9s into doubles?
It makes 9s and 10s both double.
Okay, yeah. Don't have any of those. So then I basically need to use that after I
Yeah,
make the
so
roll. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. In that case, 3 successes.
Okay. You can
Does-
tell that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was wondering if the humble servant approach still is active or not.
That's a reflexive instance,
Yeah.
so you can activate it at any time.
Okay. Yeah, I'll use that as well. I'll use that
Okay.
one over the motive discerning.
Yeah, and you've already succeeded on a read intentions on her.
Yeah.
So you can tell that she probably didn't mean it, just ask please, but possibly using something like this Kraken type creature to get rid of any intruder, since she was kind of insistent on coming. to the trench first.
I mean, so he'll look at her for a moment. There is a smile behind the mask, which won't be seen by anyone. Pretty please can get you only so far. You used that creature to see if we were capable, weren't we?
Well, I believe your intentions are true. Cannot say that that's a lie. Yes, I mean, if it had killed you, then I would know that you have no possibility of killing the demon itself.
No, you wouldn't do that. That's you would not bring us down here to our deaths. Like that's not the honorable thing to do. And you can see that Kral is like starting to like go into this spiral of like you would never do that because like good people don't do that. You're a god, but you can't do that. And just like slowly starting to spin out.
Well, I was hoping you would kill it. That would prove that you could kill the demon, and maybe I could be free from this place.
So who put you here then to ward the demon? Because I now have a feeling that you were put here against your will.
I came here of my own will. I stumbled upon it, I assume much like you did, but I've made no attempt to leave.
Yet you still need us to set yourself free. It doesn't add up.
Well, you could tell that she was probably lying about setting herself free as well. Like she seems like she's happy here. She seems like she'd be perfectly okay with staying here.
You are a mastermind, my girl. Because now you got no risk, and you got us doing all the work, and you have no fight in you. Excellent. Now, where's the next treasure? Let's get this going.
Very well. She
She just
leads
takes the insults.
she does no comeback. It's all true. So yeah,
Blame us at that.
she
Learned a few things from you.
she begins to climb up the cliff, back up out of the ocean. She looks back from time to time to make sure you're following her. And instead of heading straight for the volcano, she heads toward the west end of the island. And she calls back. She says, "There's a cave in the cliffs. I have never been into it, but I know that the other treasure is held there."
Of course you haven't been into it. Let's go.
And it takes a significant amount of time to get over to that side of the island. So you've regained 10 motes at this point of those that you've spent.
Doesn't matter which ones I reset.
It starts with your peripheral. So
Okay.
the peripheral first, and then personal.
Well, just wanted to make sure.
You arrive. The island kind of ends in this huge cliff face that's several hundred feet high, and inset in it is a cave that has a few of these trees surrounding it, and you see no light inside or hear anything coming from the inside either.
What can you tell us about what's inside of here? Or what rumors have you heard, if at all?
I know that if it is like the treasures in the deep, then there will be another emanation of the demon within, though I don't know what kind it is.
Has anyone made it so far to this yet? I have a feeling you've seen more here and you knew about the Kraken-like creature before.
You are the first Exalted that have ever come to the island. There have been mortals, but none have lasted long upon the island's shores. The wolf typically devours them.
Nice. Well, guess we'll go in then.
I'm gonna put my arm over Asuna. I'm just gonna be like, and this time you get to come with us. Start walking.
She says, "No, okay." She just kind of gives in as she's been found out for the type of person she is. It is very dark inside here. You do have the option to spend a mote of essence to cause the symbol that shows up on your forehead as a symbol of your power. So, as an example, Volfer is a why can't I remember at this point? I'm sorry.
Wolfer is a Dawncast. It's
Yeah, he's a
full- full-
Dawncast. Yeah. Dawncast, so he would have a full bright sun on his head, whereas Faka as a Nightcast has a hollow symbol there that kind of gives off some light on the outer edges.
Don't worry, guys. I'll be your flashlight. I'll spin a mote to make it glow.
Okay. All right. It does light up. It is a standard cave system that winds and weaves through the cliff face here. Eventually, it comes out into a open area that's full of stalagmites and stalactites, and a little bit of water has come to rest here. You see a few pillars as if there's been some construction inside. Otherwise, it's mostly an unworked cave. As you enter the cavern, you hear from the dark side of the cave where your light hasn't quite reached. You hear a hissing sound, and it says, "Why come you here?"
So we can leave.
Leave what? And it kind of comes out of the dark, and you see an enormous, far larger than a person. Like its head is about the size of a person's chest and head. You see a snake's face with golden eyes, silver and beige skin.
Hey,
Faka would be like,
mirror.
Don't
Well,
come
Mirror.
any closer.
Mirror will actually step forward. We came here to claim what is ours as champions of the unconquered sun.
Okay.
And what of where you came from?
What do you mean?
Where do you come from? And why are you here?
Faka would be like, that's none of your business.
That's a long story. How we came here is unknown to us. Wherever we were, we laid ourselves to rest last night, and we woke up here. As said, we're the chosen of the unconquered sun, and we're just here to claim what is ours so that we can leave back to creation.
Am I not in creation?
I mean, I have no idea where we are at this point, so you might very well be part of creation or not.
You desired the loot. You may have it if you tell me of yourselves.
I mean, just me or all of us?
Each of you, I wish to tell something about you to enjoy the taste of.
Faka will just kind of laugh and put her arms around. Something about me is that I'm very annoyed at the moment, and I want to get going. And now you're standing in my way.
Please ignore my passionate companion. She is wary and wants to move on back to where she
Yes,
came
yes, ignore the woman, of course.
There is no need for bloodshed in regards of that. We are ill here. Yes, you're true. We are here to claim the treasures beyond, but we need that to defeat that what has been bound here by our previous incarnations. I'm sure all of us can share a small tale or a small tad bit of ourselves to move along without any issues, and it'll turn out to the rest of us, right? And he'll
I already
look at
shared my
everyone.
story with the class. Look at the
Oh.
rest of them.
Volfer's just staring, completely unamused.
Who? I mean?
No, at him and the snake, just back and
Okay.
forth.
Well, my name is Karal, and I don't like liars. I want you to like a very obvious turn to Shuma. Like, yeah, you. Talk about you.
Oh yeah, she's here. She gets to go first. Here you go. Share something with the class.
She steps forward and bows her head, and she says, and looks up at it, I am Suma of the river, and I was cast out from my position by the other jealous gods and made my way here upon accident.
Mm-hmm. What do they have to
Now-
be jealous of, Suma?
Were they jealous or do they just not like you? Because I don't like you.
The gods are petty. If you get to meet them, you will see such. We have as many games as mortals. Jealousies run rampant. The snake says, very good. I thought the dream sends I sent would find me more interesting peoples.
What you sent?
Dream sends.
So it was you.
I could kill you. You're the reason we're here, aren't you?
I had hoped for interesting stories, but if this is all you can give me, the loot is yours.
Excellent. Hand it over.
Works.
So we're free to pass that on then.
Of course, it is yours.
Perfect. I bid you farewell.
Yes. Would you like to stay, river god? And she shakes her head no and backs away as you all go to grab the loot, which is actually kind of on a rock that juts out of the ground. It's just kind of sitting there.
Can I do the larceny to like, if there's any traps or whatever?
Yeah, you can check if there's traps. That would be perception and larceny.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow the group, but I'm not taking my eyes off the stake thing.
Just in case.
Everybody should be able to tell that Volfer is very seriously contemplating attacking it.
Mirror will actually, if he kind of picks up on that, kind of just put their hand on Wolfer's shoulder and basically, no need. We're still under the protection of the sun.
But it brought us here. It should die. It
We've-
did this to us.
We've got more pressing matters at hand.
7 successes.
7. Okay. Yeah, you don't see any kind of trap, mystical or physical. So it seems safe to grab it. It's more than enough to beat any normal DC. So you're good. It's safe.
As far as
Mhm.
we know.
All right, I'm gonna grab it.
The cave collapses. No, I'm
Oh, of
kidding.
course.
Nothing changes. It kind of snakes away and says, If you desire to share a real story instead of being so spiteful, I am here to hear.
What's in
Oh.
return for a story, except for the loot?
My pleasure.
Can you tell me about the creature that's been bound here? And possible
I-
weaknesses?
Know nothing of any creatures. I exist here and always have and always will.
Yet you were the one that pulled us in here, correct?
I sent dreams to those to come to the island. I did not bring you here directly. Did you not seek out a cave in a forest? That is my dream send.
Do we actually remember that?
Yeah, you remember kind of coming across a cave and walking into it in the forest. You thought maybe there was something there because sometimes you'll kind of have memories from a past life, that kind of thing, and you were kind of drawn to that location.
Mirror will kind of let the others go to grab the loot, but he'll actually share a story about a troupe of traveling actors who stood accused of theft by the gods in one of the eastern cities of the Great Forks. And he'll make it very, very elaborate, and then tell about the tale of one of them who spoke in their defense. And of the troop, there was one that survived while the others were hanged. And by doing so, they won the favor of the gods.
It gives a snake smile and says, "Good, thank you."
Let it be known that the mercy of the unconquered sun travels with me.
It doesn't seem to recognize the name or anything. It says, "Go with you.
Perfect.
Go in peace."
We'll turn
Okay.
around and then follow the rest.
And it snakes back into the back.
So as we're sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
As we're leaving the cave, I just want to look at all you guys and just be like, how are we supposed to beat a demon with a lute? Because it's an actual musical lute, right?
Yeah, it's musical loot.
Can anyone play?
Are we gonna sing it a lullaby?
Maybe it hates good music, or maybe it hates bad music. Can anyone not play?
I don't have anything in performance.
I can use it.
If you wanted to, you could try rolling a intelligence and craft roll to kind of figure out what it does.
I'll ask Suma. Well, maybe this is something you're good at, Suma, since you're good at basically nothing else.
I'll spend 3 motes to see if I can figure it out. 3 successes.
Okay. Those that play this heal their allies around them.
And
it helps with healing those that hear the tune.
Mirror will quickly explain what he thinks it does. There's still a bit of uncertainty in his voice because he's not tested or anything like that. I'll take it. It's performance plus another skill to use it.
Dexterity plus performance, difficulty 5. Yeah.
I mean, Mirror can use it if the rest is okay with it.
I asked Suma if she can use it. I don't know what she said.
Says I would not deign myself worthy to carry such an item.
Yep. Okay. I guess it's yours. And she'll point to Miro.
I can't use it, so.
Do I need to spend modes to attune myself to it?
No, it's just something you can use.
Okay.
No need to spin.
Okay.
The final artifact is located in the caldera of the volcano. I believe it's the only other place it could be. And I cannot approach the volcano's mouth. I am a river god, as I've already said.
God's a strong word.
Yes, yes. There's always an excuse. Shall we go
Either-
then?
Yeah, lead us the way.
Go ahead and make a perception socialize roll here.
For me again?
Yeah. I mean, you're the
Yeah.
social one.
I'm definitely going to use Humble Servant again, and I'll spend 4 modes.
Okay.
Five successes.
All right. When